bad.
Michael, many congratulations. You've just booked your place in the match play final after years of coming here and it not happening. Somewhat how you feeling right now?
Oh, yeah, I can't really, so that was a waste of time in that question. No, I'm really happy. That's all I was going to say. It sounds like really rubbish, doesn't it? Just saying I'm happy. That's the only emotions that I've got at the minute. When if you come and interview me in 5 minutes while I'm sat upstairs, I can give a better answer. Just right now, I'm happy.
At 8-2, did you have flashbacks of last year when it all went wrong against you, and determination not to let it happen again?
Yeah, 8-2 definitely, and then at 15-8 I had flashbacks of just what's happened with Rob and Dow. I just kept my head all the way through that, and I proved it the full tournament that where I'm getting bombarded with missing doubles or my mental strength's not good enough. I proved that in that game. Then my mental was on side, and my doubles was fine apart from 2 or 3 legs where I went back to 4 months ago. But no, it was all good tonight.
We've seen in recent weeks you're best when you're angry and someone's upset you. Going into this, you're the world number 6, but the bookies had Glen favourite. Did you look at that and did that irritate you?
Yeah, I seen the bookies, because I think one stage after the last 16 I went out to favourite, I think, or second favourite, and then Glen, who did he beat last game? James Wade, and then he went out to favourite. I thought, how's he favourite? He's still got to play me yet. And I just knew that game he played against James, he wasn't going to get the same from me. I wasn't going to come out and say, right, here you go, Glen, you just take this trophy home. He wasn't having that. Every interview he's done about he's living his dream, he's doing this, he's still dreaming. But at the end of the day, this is a 32-man tournament. 32 players had the same dream of living this trophy, and I wasn't waking up. I was just making sure he was my neighbour, and he was going to get woken up from this dream that he's supposed to be in.
It's your 3rd major final, but the first one where you don't play Michael. Does that make it easier mentally for yourself?
No. Finals are finals. I'm not bothered if I play Michael, Gary, Rob, Dow, whoever. As long as I make the finals, that's the main thing. And then I'm here to, once I get in the finals, I'm here to, I can't use that word, just to prove myself, like, right now it's time, just give everything you got. If you've got to die in that stage, you've got to die in that stage, just give everything that you've got.
Obviously Rob in the final. Is this redemption for what happened in the Worlds 2 years ago?
No, it's a new tournament, new day, different game. Rob didn't play his best today, missed a lot of doubles, and Dow will let him off towards the end. And I know if I do the same, Rob's going to punish me, so I've just got to turn up and be myself. I've got to show that from when I played Nathan in the semi-final of the Worlds, or when I played Jeffrey's one in the Worlds, Ricky. I had to fight for them games, and I had to do it. And that's what I proved today. I can fight, and I can prove that I deserve to be here as well.
I know you were bitterly disappointed to be left out of the World Series in Australia and New Zealand. Is this proving to the doubters and the selectors that they were wrong to leave you out, perhaps?
That's not a question you should ask, because you can't swear in these. But yeah, I'm really annoyed that I'm not in him. But fair play to the 8 guys that got in. They got in for a reason, and I struggled through the first 5 months of this year, but only struggled on the floor. So everything on TV I've done pretty well. I've made semis or quarters, finals on TV, but wasn't meant to be, and now I get 3 or 4 weeks at home with the family, and nothing compares to spending time at home with the kids than being away and never seeing them for the 3 weeks.
Michael, many congratulations on the stunning performance tonight.
Thank you very much. Cheers, lads.
Michael, those opening 2 sessions were absolutely magnificent. Was that what you expected coming off the practice board?
Yeah, I just didn't say them, but what annoyed me from the game before, played Merv and I had the 122 going through it, and I watched it back the day after, and Mardo was saying I was overachieving, I was doing something I've never played like that. I was like, you've never watched me play if you think I'm overachieving, and that's why I had to come out and do. I had to come out and prove it wasn't the 122, but for 8 legs I was doing 107, 108, and I was still playing. I never, yes, I dipped by 8 points, but I brought it straight back up. I had 2 dodgy legs, but 2 out of 15 legs winning isn't too bad.
And do you think that was important to put immediately put Glen on the back foot? Maybe in his mind he was 8-2 down and he was sort of doubting himself.
Not even on the back foot, I just wanted to put him back in his place. He wasn't coming. This is my 7th time and I can't even get past the first round or second round. He wasn't doing it before me. He wasn't reaching out fine. He wasn't lifting it before I am. You can't just come over and think the world is oyster. This is, yes, he beat Michael, he beat James, he beat Eddie, but I'm not them 3 guys. I showed him tonight I can fight, I can give everything I've got. I've got the mental attitude, I've got the scoring built in that. Tonight I shot myself because I looked across and saw I had 91% doubles. I've never had that in my life. So yeah, I had to prove a point as well tonight.
And Rob admitted that he wasn't his best tonight, but the last 2 matches you've played some magnificent stuff. Do you think it will be good for the momentum going into the final?
Rob knows tomorrow's a different day. Yeah, he had a really good game against whoever he was in the quarters. I know he played well, but then he had a dodgy game today. But if you can win them dodgy games like I did my first 2 rounds, then my last 2 I played really well. I'm just hoping every game I've stepped up, and I'm going to make sure I step up in the final as well. And if I don't win, I'll be back again. But if I do win, it's about bloody time.
Cheers, man.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Just go for me, Michael, if that's possible. I just want to talk about that start in particular. You're 8-2 up against Glen. Do you think that really killed the crowd because they've been on his back all week in terms of the fact that they've been very, very vocal that they've been his favourite song?
I remember the first session. I walked off being 4-1 up, and there was a couple of people going, "Go on, mate, shut the hands." And as I walked off, they went, "There's only one." I went, "You two-faced." I was like, no, wait, I'm going to ignore these now, just get on with it. And I did it again 4-1, whoever shaped me and I just cleared off, I just walked off for no. They're just doing it to do that. And then he won the next one 3-2. It kind of got a bit louder, then he won the next one 3-2. I thought, if he gets another one in a minute, it's just going to erupt. And I had it back in my mind, well, if they start, I'm going to feed off it. And it was there. I said, no, do one. I'm going to smash this, and he's not going to have no support, no nothing. I'll make the crowd on my side. I could hear the most important people in the crowd, which was my wife, my kid and my nephew, and that was all that mattered for me. Just having the 3 people out of the 2,000, that's the only thing that matters.
The 22nd leg I want to touch on as well, because that was some interesting end to it. Do you think that was the moment where you thought, when you hit that double one, did you think, do you know what, I've got it?
When I was going for the double one, I thought, don't do it against Merv again. I seen it on Twitter, it was like the pub darts, and then I had to tweet back saying, there's a lot of people in my pub team that was better. Yeah. And I was out Friday playing the pub league as well. But I taught a league match on Friday, and I was like, these guys are going out in 18 and 21, which is, I just made a fool of myself when they did it in 29 on TV. Please don't do it again. But no, there was a few doubts going for it, but luckily enough, I put a perfect on the wire. I thought if I just let go of it again, it's got to win. There's no way I could miss it. It was harder to miss than it was to hit.
Yeah. I mean, also as well though, going back to you talk about redemption. Do you think it's a bit of redemption for the start of the year because people have been, like you say, writing you off because all the injuries you've had and all that sort of stuff? I think this is sort of redemption game. Do you know what? I'm still one of the best players in the world. I'm still absolutely smashing this.
The thing is, I've had the injuries, but yeah, I had abscess cut out. I got to the semi-final of the UK Open. I had gout. I got to the final of Vegas. There's not a tournament where I've not made the quarters or the final, semis or the final going into them. So injuries mean nothing because my right hand does the work. I only have to stand up. That's the easiest bit. That's why we got given legs. So the injuries mean nothing. As long as I don't injure my right arm, that's the main thing.
And one more final question. You mentioned the semi-final of the UK, but obviously you played Rob Cross there. What do you think is going to be the difference in this game in particular? Because
I'm fit.
Apart from that.
Yeah, I've just said it, so I can't really go back in it. I was knackered in that final. My feet were sore because I was trying to put weight on one leg, but I still could have. I'm not going to say I won. I could have won because I never had the chance to, but there was legs I was missing doubles in and stuff like that. But if I can do that again tonight, I'm 100%. So if I do this interview again tomorrow, you call me a liar. So I'm 100%. I'm fit. I'm hungry to get his tournament. And I have to. My house is just a runner-up house at the minute. That's all I've got. So I have to take a winner's trophy home, and I'm going to make sure I do.
It'd be fantastic if you do.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.